there's a reason that Detroit rallied behind Jared Goff so strongly in this matchup, right? It wasn't a Matthew Stafford asked to leave. Matthew Stafford gave 12 years to the city, and I respect him for that. And it's not easy to play for this franchise, and it was very, very hard when he came into the situation. And I would say he made the most of what he could. But when you're drafted number one overall, I've said this before on this podcast. When you're drafted where he was, you are expected to eventually figure it out with the pieces that you have. And he had some defenses that helped him, and he had some receivers that helped him, one of them being the best top three receiver of all time in Calvin Johnson. And he had some good tight ends, and he had some okay coaching situations happen, and he never got it done. Never got it done in Detroit, and then gave up. Went elsewhere, and within 2 years was a Super Bowl champion. That rubs a lot of people in Detroit the wrong way, man, because the talent was always there for Stafford. That was never a question. He could always do the incredible throws that no one else can do. He could always lead you on a fourth quarter comeback and win a game here and there that didn't mean anything. But he could never do it when he really mattered. And so obviously the city, when you come in and you're standing between us and something that hasn't happened in 30 years, obviously we're not going to welcome you with open arms and say, oh yeah, we love you, Matt. Thank you so much for nothing after 12 years. We have nothing to show. There's no banners. There's nothing that Matthew Stafford did for 12 seasons. Like he was never here. He has a great statistical 12 years. That's what he has. That's what we have. And some cool moments. But nothing else. And Jared Goff, after what? This is Jared's third season?
Third, yeah.
Banner.
Right.
Playoff win. Like, that's why we're rallying behind this guy. So take the boos personally all you want, but like,
I think the boos were just because, hey man, you're an enemy team in enemy territory, and Detroit wants this win bad, and you're in the way. And that is 100% the reason why they were booing, not because it's personal towards Stafford, but based off of his post-game comments. Obviously, he took that personally. That's unfortunate, and I feel bad that's how he was interpreting the booing. It's also like, dude, how do you not understand that like you are in Detroit's way from making literal Detroit history?
basically he said, I'm happy for the players, and kind of a negative tone at the end of the interview. They asked, was he happy that Detroit won? Are you happy for the city? He said, I'm happy for the players. Basically, in a roundabout way, saying he wasn't happy for the fans that gave them we gave them everything we had for 12 years. And it's like, really, man, like you can't be a little bit bigger. You can't handle a little bit of booze. You're a little butthurt from coming into a town that you thought you earned the respect from. We rooted for you in your Super Bowl. A lot of fans, wore your stuff during that situation. You should be just as happy for the city now as we were for you then. So I thought that was bullshit.
Yeah, because he got a lot of Detroit support when that Super Bowl run with the Rams happened. And again, I am still very much a Matthew Stafford fan, and we have back and forth all the time about the type of quarterback he is. So yeah, it was a bummer to hear that. But look, man, it's football. Emotions can run high. I get it. I think he was taking it a lot more personally than he needed to. But if that's how he feels about it, whatever. He has time to sulk about it and come back ready, locked and loaded next year to prove everybody wrong.